Hey guys, it's me, 91, and I'm bringing you this little theory of mine. I'm not sure if it exactly is a theory or whatever you call it, but it's just basically, what if Eddie Thawne, or Thawne, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, is Cobalt Blue in the Flash show, the one on CW. Now, this is, if you guys who don't know who Cobalt Blue is, basically he's Barry's secret twin brother. What happened is that there were two women who went in with children to this Dr. Gilmore. And one was Barry's mother, and the other one was Mrs. Charlene Thawne. And she gave birth, but the baby was wrapped up in the umbilical cord. And the doctor was too drunk, because he was drunk, and then he had sent the nurse home. And he was too drunk to save the baby's life. And then Miss Allen gave birth to twins. So the doctor, trying to be fair, at least that's what the wiki I think article says, trying to be fair, gave one of the twins to Miss Charlene Thawne, and then he told Barry Allen's parents that the other one had been a stillborn, and he gave them the other child, basically. So the other child was Barry. And then basically Malcolm Thawne. Now I know his name is Malcolm Thawne, but in the show, Eddie Thawne, I don't know, maybe they'll make Malcolm his like first name, maybe like, oh well, people call me Eddie, but my first name is actually Malcolm or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, maybe they're just trying to throw us off with changing his first name. But Eddie Thawne in the show, I'm thinking that he may be this twin. Obviously, he's not going to be a direct twin, because I think in the comics he was like they were full twins, they were identical twins. I don't think they were paternal twins. So with the whole them being paternal twins, maybe in the show, once again to throw us off, it could be cool. And I really think that the whole him stealing Iris in a sense from Barry. Maybe because he may know that Barry is his twin brother. He may know that Barry is the Flash. He may purposely be stealing Iris from Barry just for the sake of because when Cobalt Blue first appeared, I think he was trying to make Barry's life miserable in a sense, did not? And in Eddie Thawne in the show, like with Iris, that could just be making his life miserable. I mean, how else to make his life miserable than to take the woman that Barry has been loving for so long? I mean, and in the comics, his grandmother, because he couldn't use Blue Flame, his family's Blue Flame, because he was adopted, but in the comics, and just so you guys who don't know, the Blue Flame basically heals people in his family. The Thawnes, they have an ability to heal people with their Blue Flame. His grandmother teaches, his adopted grandmother teaches him that the Blue Flame can actually be used for other abilities, and she gives him the talisman to use the Blue Flame. She actually tells him, and I'm going to quote this from Wikia. She says that the flame could steal anything that your heart desired, feeding on passion, right? So imagine that. He's stealing Iris West in a sense. Well, I don't actually know her. I don't actually know her. I mean, Iris West. I think that's her. Yeah. So he's stealing her in a sense. So I mean, come on. That could be stealing and feeding on passion. Stealing her from Barry. That could be Eddie's kind of revenge thing. Now, the only thing that doesn't make sense is in episode 10, I believe it was, Eddie kind of blocked an attack from the Flash so he wouldn't get killed by, I think it was Captain Cold and the other guy, the Heat Wave, I believe his name is. Not sure exactly. But the thing is that I'm kind of hoping that CW changes the story a bit. Like, I would kind of like it if Barry Allen and Eddie Thawne end up kind of like Cheshire and Artemis from Young Justice. If you guys remember Artemis and Cheshire from Young Justice, they're sisters, but they're on different sides. One's a villain, one's a hero in a sense. But yeah, one's a hero, and they, even though they're sisters, because like Cheshire in one episode, she's like, all right, you're my sister. I don't want you to die. Like I would kind of like it, even though they're on different sides. I would kind of like it if they're like, if Eddie Thawne is like, you're still my brother. I don't want you to die. That would be kind of cool, because Cobalt Blue in the comics really hates Barry, but I would like if they had made it kind of like a love-hate thing, like we're enemies, but you're still my brother, or you're my brother, but we're still enemies. I would kind of like that if they went that route with the CW show instead of going the route that the comic went. If Eddie Thawne, of course, is Cobalt Blue, we'll have to see. I'm just saying it would be cool if he is Cobalt Blue. I mean, they named him Eddie Thawne, and it was like, okay, so he's not Malcolm. At least we're not sure if he's Malcolm yet, but at least he has the Thawne name, so we're not sure. But I'm still saying that would be really cool to me if he was Cobalt Blue, and if they kind of have this kind of like, I wouldn't mind actually if they ended up like having to work together, because it would be kind of cool, because Eddie doesn't seem as unreasonable I mean, they describe Malcolm Thawne in Wiki as, although his hatred for the Flash family allows him to activate his talisman, it also becomes a major downfall to his battle prowess and general well-being by blinding him from true purpose. So Eddie doesn't seem that way. Eddie does not seem that he's blinded from true purpose, even though he is like, if he is like Malcolm Thawne, then he still is doing things like to just make Barry's life kind of miserable. I'm not sure, but like I said, this is just a theory. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Eddie Thawne is actually Malcolm Thawne, or at least is actually the Barry's long-lost twin brother? Or do you guys think that maybe he's related to Malcolm Thawne, or maybe they're just going to do it some other way? I personally thought that Eddie was going to have to die for Iris to end up with Barry, and that may happen. But now I'm thinking if Eddie actually does become like Cobalt Blue, that may separate them without him having to die, and that'd still be cool. I still would think that if Eddie ends up becoming like this ally, or not ally particularly, or at least they like work together sometimes, it would be nice. But anyway, that's what I have to say. You guys tell me your theories in the comments below, please. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.